Today I'm going to talk to you about the power of your mind and optimism and self-talk. It's super important to go throughout your day talking to yourself in a positive way and building yourself up and setting yourself up for success instead of failure. I'm probably going to sound a little bit like, optimistic Olivia. I don't know. I'm probably going to sound super chipper and perky in this, but it's so true. The way that you go through life and you talk about yourself and you talk about others and the way you see situations totally affects the outcome of situations. It affects how other people see you. It affects how you feel about yourself, which is super important. It's important to love yourself because you are worth so much. So I just want to start off with a study that I found that was on 99 Harvard students. They were interviewed at age 25, and then again at 45, and then again at 60. And the study showed that they had higher self-esteem, they achieved more in their lifetime, and they had better emotional health and even lived longer, which is awesome. And then those who were pessimistic, they had higher rates of infectious disease, poor health, and even early mortality. That's horrible. So it shows you, of course there's other things that went into their lives and why they got where they were, but that just kind of shows you, out of 99 people, that's pretty amazing that just being optimistic, that shows you how much it really affects you. It's awesome. There are also studies that show that when you go into a situation and you're negatively talking about it, your stress increases like crazy because you're telling yourself it's going to be difficult and it's unfair and it's going to be hard. And instead of saying those things, if you were to say that it's a challenge or that it's a test, the stress levels drop and it becomes easier to deal with. And that affects your health, it affects your relationships, it affects your self-esteem, it affects so much. It also says that negative talk tends to be self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you're constantly telling yourself that you're not good enough and you're going to fail and it's going to be too hard and you shouldn't even try, it's going to be too hard and you are probably going to fail at it. If you tell yourself you're going to fail, chances are you're going to fail because you're setting yourself up for failure. Just telling yourself you're going to fail before you even tried, before you even gave it an honest effort. You've told yourself, well, it's not going to work, so why would you try hard? Do you know what I mean? It's also been shown that the subconscious mind tends to believe whatever you tell it. So telling yourself positive things about yourself or about a situation, you're going to believe it, which is so cool. Your brain's like helping you fight a battle and you didn't even really do that much. You just told yourself that you believe in yourself, and that's important in life. Oftentimes we limit our own abilities by saying that we can't, or it's too hard, or we shouldn't even try. You're limiting yourself, and who knows what amazing things you can accomplish in life if you just give yourself the chance to really accomplish it. Something that I found that really works for me is audible self-talk. So self-talk is, the way you talk to yourself inside your head, and you do it all day long, and you do it in positive ways and negative ways. So if you mess something up in your head, you might be saying, oh, you're such an idiot, how could you do that? The positive side of that could be that you tell yourself, oh, well, it happens. I messed up this time, but I'll get it next time, Something I found that really works for me is audible self-talk, which is speaking to myself out loud. So let's say I wake up in the morning and it's time to do my workout and I did not get a lot of sleep and I just want to sleep and not wake up and work out, but I know that I need to and I know I need to start my day. So even though I'm tired, even though I don't really want to, what I'll start doing to myself is speaking out loud to myself, telling myself, you're not tired anymore. You're ready to start this workout. You're going to go really hard today. You're going to do so much today. You're going to feel great today. And regardless of how I felt before I started saying that to myself, after, my mood automatically changes. And you feel so much better. And you believe yourself. You're ready to do whatever you just told yourself. Something that works for a lot of people is affirmations. I know people who write affirmations on their mirrors, so like your mirror in your bathroom or your mirror in your bedroom, and you write things like, you have worth, and you're important and your life has meaning, and just anything that is a positive thing that you can read and read out loud helps. Telling yourself you can do it. I know it sounds so cheesy, but it's true. If you're telling yourself you can do something, you're helping yourself do the thing before you even started it. That's great. So doing affirmations is a great way to just help yourself. So you might be asking, well, that's great, sounds great, but how do I actually apply this to my life? I already explained about the audible self-talk, so talking to yourself out loud, which helps to sort of change your mood. And this can be applied pretty much in any avenue of your life. So for working out, instead of saying that you're tired or you already messed up on your diet, so why work out today, or you just don't feel good, telling yourself that you feel great, that you have energy, that you're going to go harder today in your workout than you did yesterday. This also works in relationships. So it's super important to speak positively about the person that you are in a relationship with, like your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend, thinking positively about them, thinking positively about what you perceive they think about you. That helps your relationship so much. Also with friends, thinking the best of people. It's going to eliminate stress, and even though they are going to let you down, because we're humans and we always let each other down, even though that's going to happen, if you are thinking positively, you're not going to have that stress on yourself going throughout the relationship. It also works in work. So say you got a big assignment coming up and you just are like freaking out about it because you're like, how am I going to do this? Instead of being stressed about it, you can start telling yourself you can handle this, or God's going to help you accomplish it, because you're not alone in anything. You can always call on God to help you, and He will. Anything big or small, He cares. So you can ask Him, like, I'm freaking out, man, I need help. And He will. It also works financially. Say you've been in debt for a really long time. Well, instead of continuing being like, ugh, I'm in debt, I'm always going to be in debt, I'm never going to have enough, I'm never going to have that nice house I wanted or that nice car, I'm never going to be able to go on that vacation that I've always wanted. If you start telling yourself, I'm going to get out of debt, I'm going to put together a budget, and I'm going to stick to it. Going and getting the car, the house, or the trip, you start telling yourself, I'm going to save up for this. I'm going to be able to afford this one day. And obviously you have to make the actual steps to save up for it. But just getting it in your head, you so much cut yourself short when you tell yourself that you are never going to get to whatever your goal is. If you just start off your day thinking positively about whatever it is that's going to come your way, you're going to be able to handle it. Chances are you're going to be able to handle it so much better than if you tell yourself you're not. You know what I mean? So in the future, going through life, just try and be positive about things. Things are going to come your way. Situations are going to suck. You're going to have to deal with a lot of not so fun stuff. But it's all about how you look at it. It's all about how you deal with what comes your way, and you can either look at the negative side of it or the positive side. And with you particularly, you got to start with yourself and feel good about yourself, and the rest follows. You know what I mean? Jelly bean? So that's all I got to say today, and I hope you liked it. Please subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you next week.